Hi there, I'm Liza from Crafty Creations. I see things online and I want to make them. Welcome back to another episode of Sewing My Pinterest Board. We are recreating the perfect vacation dress in an even more perfect shade of blue. As I mentioned in my last video, it will be backless, short, and have a cute little bow in the back. But let me give you all the details on the big screen. Here we have the beautiful Pinterest inspiration, and I think we can all agree on how perfect this dress is for vacations. Like, where I come from, you wouldn't just wear this in your hometown, but for vacations, it's just perfect. Walking over the markets like she does, I love it. So I looked up where this dress comes from and what the front looks like, and found out that it's sold by the online shop Cider. You've probably heard of it. It's actually not that expensive, but I'm cheap, so I'm gonna still try to do it myself. It comes in many color variations and it looks great in like all the colors. But we're gonna stick with the original white linen one. Here is the inspo pic again. And then we can see a little bit more of the front, like the gathering at the waist where the bow is attached. And then we see it has a bowed neckline. Other than that, it's pretty simple in the front. We like that. So I went into pattern research and found a pattern that is actually perfect, which is this one. This is the page dress by Brandy Joan. It has exactly the back that I'm looking for. And if you want to make this dress, I would recommend this pattern. However, and I mean that in the nicest way possible, I don't like the front at all. I don't think these bust seams are that flattering, considering you're wearing it without a bra and all that stuff. And I would like to get closer to the original. So I'm gonna go the complicated way, and I looked for a different pattern, which is this one, the Jolene dress by Isa and Stitches, and I'm gonna go with this one. I prefer the bust darts a lot more, and I think I'm gonna have an easier way changing the front into the original dress. So what I'm gonna do is remove the waist seam completely and just add a little bit of length there for the gathering. And I will put together those two top parts so that it's one pattern and just a bigger side dart. But you will see all about it in a minute. All right, let's get into it, starting with altering the pattern. All right, here is the muslin that I did some testing with. I hope you can hear me well because I had to put the microphone on the arm. So I think this is something we can work with. We have we have a little bit of gathering on the sides. We have the bust darts. The length is a bit too long, but we can adjust that later, so I don't worry that much yet. I think the top is okay. This is with seam allowance, so it should be fine. The only thing I noticed is this might be getting a little bit tight, as always. So I'm just gonna add like 2 centimeters to the side just in case. And yeah, I think with that we're good. It's really hard to put on because I was too lazy to make the back as well. Hi there, quick detour. Somebody asked me on my last sewing video what kind of equipment I'm using for filming, and I thought I'm just going to show you real quick. It's really not that much. I'm using these photo box slides by Pixtool. I don't know how much they cost. I got them as a birthday gift, but they're really nice because they come with this remote and you can change the color, the intensity, and a lot of stuff. So that's really cool. And then I use this tripod a lot. It can get pretty tall. It has this arm extension. Let's call it that. This is a really good one. I got it as a birthday gift as well, so I can't tell you where it's from, but it's probably Amazon. You can get very similar ones there. Then I have this light that I use a lot in my videos where I'm just sitting in front of the camera, because it really gives this nice glow in the back and it just adds a lot to the atmosphere. I have this Bluetooth microphone from Amazon, very cheap one. You just plug it in your phone, it works super nicely. But I also had a different cheap one that didn't work nicely, so it's about 50-50 which one you get. And then I have this super great screen mirroring tool, which is currently frozen, but we're going to ignore that. This has been an absolute game changer when I do my videos, because I can see if I'm actually in the screen, if the video is recording, and yes, doing selfies with it is also so much easier, so I can only recommend this. You can get cheap ones. This is actually from Temu, so it's not an expensive one. It works great except for the occasional freezing, but you can also get more expensive ones. I got an expensive one first actually, and it did the same thing with the freezing every once in a while, so that's not a Temu thing or whatever. Yes, that's my setup. Hope that helps. Let me show you this absolutely gorgeous fabric. I am so in love with this. I want to order it in many more colors, do many more nice projects with it. I love the texture. I hope my camera gets it. And I'm really afraid that when I iron it or press it that it's going to disappear. I just hope not. It's such a beautiful baby blue color. It drapes so nicely, like even as a long dress, maxi dress, whatever. I think this would look so cool. Anyway, today we're doing a short and backless dress. I hope I can do the outside and the lining with this. It's only 1.65 meters or something. If not, I have some linings somewhere that I could use. Let's go. Alright, everything is cut out, and as you can see it wasn't enough for the complete lining, so I've just cut out the back piece 2 times in the blue fabric, because I'm thinking that you might see the lining there a little bit when I move, so it should be the same color ideally. And then I've also cut out 2 times a 90cm stripe for the bow in the back. It looks something like this, with a little edge here. So I will start sewing the darts and then do the gathering at the waist and the shoulders. Yeah, very straightforward. Let's go. The front and back are finished. I made the shoulder seams, the darts, and the gathering. I didn't gather it too much. I thought less is more in this case. And now we can attach the back skirt panels on both the lining and the outer fabric. Now the back skirt is also attached, looks very nice. I left it very small here on purpose so that it's barely visible in the end. And now I'm gonna attach the zipper before we can put the lining and the outer fabric together around the neckline. Yippee! The zipper is finished. It worked out fairly nice, even though I had to do it twice. This line is almost matching. It couldn't be better. And now we're gonna attach the lining around the neckline and around the zipper here. Just loosely stitch it on here up until like a centimeter above the zipper end, because I won't be able to reach the bottom probably. So yeah, let's do that. Now we're gonna do some notches all over the place, mostly everywhere where there is a slight curve or where there could be some tension. All right, now we can turn it around and then backstitch the whole neckline, not the zipper obviously. Oh, I apologize you guys, I keep calling this backstitching, but I meant understitching. I really have to get this out of my system. I'm sorry. So this is done, and now we're gonna close the back skirt. Wow, this looks so messy. I don't want anything twisted by accident. So this side and this side. All right, and now we're gonna close the skirt panels and get as close here as possible. That part is finished now too, and please take a moment to admire how beautiful the back worked out. Like this zipper top, the curves, I'm so proud of myself. That rarely ever happens this nicely. So good hope for the dress. And now we're gonna close the armholes, and I'm gonna try it with this burrito rolling technique. I've never done that before actually, so I'm nervous. Rolling up, rolling up, rolling up until this kind of goes in between. Then take this from the bottom, turn it around there. Start pinning. Perfect, all done, and let's sew this. This side is finished, and I hope I didn't do anything wrong. I'm gonna cut in some notches and then pull the whole dress out through one side and basically repeat it for the other side. If that works, I'm gonna be so impressed. That would be so cool. Look guys, I'm so impressed. That's so cool. Why did I never try this before? Okay, now this only has to work for the other side as well. Let's turn it. Oh, I put my pins away. Anyway, you get the idea. So let's do it for the other side. Repeat everything, and then I come back. Already, that worked like an absolute charm. I'm gonna remember this technique and try to do it more often because it's really so nice. Now the next step would be to sew together the side seams, but we shall not forget the bow in the back. So I prepared the two ties fairly straightforward. And we're going to attach them right at the gathering, because that's where the waist is, so that should match up perfectly. At least that's what I hope. So we're going to put this over here, and this over here. This is not going to be so easy. Okay, we can do it. I already know that the back is going to be too long, like the front is shorter than the back, but that's not a problem. I'm just going to see how far we get and then shorten the skirt or the dress after. So let's start at this part where the lining goes over in the outer fabric. So here are the bow ties for the back. Works like a charm. The zipper worked out, looks nice. The inside is absolutely nice. Everywhere. Like, look at this. I'm so impressed. Now the only thing missing is the hem. Where is it? Yeah, it's a little bit too long, but not too bad. So I'm just going to cut it off, hem it, and then we're finished. Oh my god, I'm so excited to wear it. It's so, so pretty. Whew! Oh my god. Everything worked out so nicely. I think this is the neatest dress I have ever made, and I will absolutely use that burrito technique again. It worked like a charm. But now let's give you the final reveal. I hope you love it as much as I do. It turned out really great. There's only two things that I would change if I were to do it again, and they're both entirely my fault. The first one is it ended up being a little bit more short than I would have liked it to be. Mostly because as soon as I tie the bow, it pulls up a little and gets even shorter. But that's nothing a pair of shorts underneath couldn't solve. The other thing is it turned out a little bit too wide on the shoulders. I should have seen that in the muslin, but because I didn't do a full muslin, I didn't notice it. So now it's like falling more easily off the shoulders and I have to pull it in a little bit. So I would change that as well. But other than that, I'm so impressed that altering the pattern turned out like this. It's just really beautiful. And it was way more easy than I thought, so you can absolutely do it as well. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Oh, my batteries just went empty, I'm sorry. But it's the end anyway. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you want to see more, remember to subscribe. It means a lot to me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.